Hi everyone, welcome to Agile in 7. I'm your host today, Katie, and we're going to be talking about what to do with leftover work at the end of your sprint. Oof, the ring light and these glasses are not a good time. They are coming off. So one of the really common things that I would see in my time as a Scrum Master was teams unsure what to do with the work that they hadn't finished at the end of a sprint. You can find a lot of hearty debate and discussion online about this, but this is a method that I have found works really well for the teams. It increases their transparency and predictability and just makes them a better, well-oiled machine. But first of all, we need to talk about what done is. Quite often I see teams say that it's nearly done, so we'll just close it, we'll count it as part of our sprint. The problem with this is when you say something that's nearly done, you're saying as part of your team's velocity for your sprint is actually higher than it is. So that takes that predictability to be not so predictable. So say, for example, if you have a 20-point velocity, so you've loaded up 20 points into your sprint and you only get 16 of that done, right? So you've got about 4 points in total remaining. You don't just go and close those stories and say we did 20 points, because done does not equal done. Wait, that's not right. Done does equal done. Almost done does not mean done. You don't say that we completed 20 points that sprint, because what that does is it makes your predictability unrealistic. It's not predictable at all. It's lying in a way. And so this sets the team up to fail, because if the product owner is saying to clients and stakeholders, yes, the team will get this, this, and this done because they can do 20 points, the reality is you can do 15. And so that sets everyone up to fail. It's better for the product owner to know the truth that it's 15 points and not feel that it's 20. Because that just sets people up with these false expectations of what can be achieved in the time. All right, so let's walk you through a bit of an example here. So we have sprint 1, and we have our stories that we said we were going to do in sprint 1. Let's pretend it's the end of the sprint, okay? We did this one, so let's give that a tick. That's done. It's being released as per our definition of done. It's in production. This has been done. This has been done. This has been done. Oh, this is almost done. This is also almost done. And this is almost done. So what this actually says to me, that originally we had loaded our sprint up to 21. That's 21 points in total here. But we actually only completed 11 points. Now you might be thinking or debating with me and saying, yeah, but like we completed 3 points worth of this 5. So haven't we completed 14 points? No, because almost done does not equal done. So go back to the previous example of making our predictability up here when it's actually down here, okay? So what we do is in Jira, we close the sprint. Bam. We've finished 11 points. That's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We then move on to sprint 2 and we drag these stories across with us. All right, we have these stories here. The first thing that I like to do with teams is to re-estimate what's left in this effort here. So ask the team, hey team, prac 527, how many points is left? And they'll go, we're just in the final stages of testing. It's only 2 points, so we'll say it's a 1. And I'm like, cool. So in Jira, I make that a 1. 529, it was a 3. How much is left? They're like, oh, we didn't really start it, so there's still 3. All right, still 3. So I'm actually resizing these in Jira, okay? Prac 524, how much is left? They're like, we have just got to code review it and then put it through the rest of our pipeline. It was a 5. We're going to say there's now 3 left. Cool, that's fine. 3. So in total, you've now got 7 points that you're bringing across. So let's say that sprint 2 also has a velocity of 21. We're now saying that we've got 14 points left that we can fill in with new work, because we've accounted for 7 down here. These are the stories that the product owner had put forward for the next sprint. So it's now up to the product owner to decide, do these now take priority, finishing these, over getting this done because this is now too much work. So we've got 14 left, and here's 8, 10, 15, 16. So it's only 2 points, and the team might collectively decide, actually, that's okay, we think we can do that. Or they might say, hey, can this one be broken down into a 5 and a 3, or something similar, and then they can do a little chunk of it here and there. The product owner might decide, you know what, we don't need to worry about this one. I've never seen that happen, but it could. So now we have our sprint. We've decided we're going to break this one down. So it's actually now 5, 3, 4 or whatever, and it's a 5-pointer. Okay, so that gives our actual velocity or capacity that we're bringing in for the sprint at 20. Thank you for coming to my Agile TED Talk. I hope that made a lot of sense. If it didn't, please reach out to any of the practice coaches on some extra help around this. I know it can be a little confusing. It definitely did my head in a little bit. A lot of teams feel like they're losing points, but the reality is we completed 11 here. We didn't complete however much it was, 20. We didn't do that. You don't want to set yourself up to failure. It's much better to be honest and transparent around this, because you're not losing points. You're still completing the thing. You're still completing it. Done means done. Thanks for listening.